And welcome to Sports Betting Illuminated, where we play with the house and not against it. I'm your host, Ariel Miller, author of Sports Betting Illuminated, an AI-powered path to profit. Hello, good evening, everyone. It is so wonderful seeing you. Big shout out to everyone who's been reading my book, asking me questions on my sports wagering strategies, and just diving right on in. Hello, David. Hello, DJ Ray. Hello, Ken. Good evening, everyone. Spencer, it is so nice seeing you here. Thank you guys for showing up this evening. Before I even hopped into the stream, I noticed we already had 3 thumbs up on YouTube, 2 over on Rumble. A big shout out to you guys for getting in early, giving the stream a big thumbs up. Thank you so much. It really helps me in the algorithm, helps me grow as a content creator, and I love being able to connect with you guys, deliver you quality educational content, and also let's have some fun and do some winning here, because that's what we're about. Hello, Wesley. Hello, Derek. Good evening, everyone. I'm having a little bit of a necklace malfunction. But if you were enjoying my necklace, it is Soul Ray, by the way, which is my brand of far infrared jewelry. So just remember, Mother's Day is coming up. It is right around the corner. Hello, hello. Yes, thank you so much for hitting the like button. I really, really appreciate it. And also thanks for all of the hearts flying through here. Okay, I see the chat is being checked on Rumble, but I am not seeing your message come through for whatever reason, Chuck Science. Will you please send me another message just to make sure everything is up and working properly? I don't want to have any technical malfunctions. I want to make sure I can see all of your messages and also break down any plays that you would like me to analyze live on air. Okay, so you're present and accounted for, but is Rumble working? I think that's the key question here. We are about to dive into this Twins Guardians game. It starts in just a few minutes, so we're gonna just hop right to it. But before we get started, I just must say, we have been crushing it in baseball this season. Our ROI right now is currently sitting at 41.2%. We have a 70.5% win rate right now. And so far, we've actually played a lot of units. That's 61 units this season. So let's just keep the winning going. And I feel pretty good about this Twins Guardians game coming up here. All right, I am seeing the Rumble chats coming through. Thank you so much for checking on that for me. I just wanted to make sure I can see all of your messages here, so we're all communicating. All right, so this game is starting in just a few minutes, so I'm going to analyze this real quick. The Guardians money line, I have been keeping my eye on because this opened up at plus 120, so you know, they were the underdogs, definitely not the favorites here, but this quickly flipped to minus 105, where it is sitting at right now. So this is looking like a nice win for the Guardians potentially today, because Vegas moved this line on mixed money. There was no strong sharp action or Joe action on either side, yet Vegas still moved this line. So what this is signaling to me is, you know, Vegas is feeling more and more confident about a Guardians win. I personally, wouldn't play the run line. I haven't really just seen that much action there. But this money line is very interesting, especially because it flipped from, plus 120 to minus 105. That's all in mixed money. So that game starts in just 5 minutes from now. So make sure to lock it in. And also a big shout out to everyone who got here early, joined the stream early, and you're getting your plays in early, which is great. I mean, sometimes watching these plays on the replay, we miss some of this live action that's happening in the moment. And yeah, we're just gonna keep rolling. It is a great day, Brian. Welcome in. Coming in from Rumble. Thank you so much for subscribing on Rumble, by the way, Brian. Look at that. You have that little thing right there next to your name. Heck yes, I love that. Yeah, it is good. I mean, ROI, keeping track of your bets and being consistent is so important, for really proper management of your bankroll and to also truly become a professional handicapper. If you guys have been reading my Substacks and also the coaching corners, I'm talking a lot about journaling and keeping track of your wins, your losses, your mindset leading into the bets, and how you're making the decisions that you're making. So also everyone, if you haven't checked out my Substack, I am writing even more. Like, it's the coaching corner except expanded. It's really interesting, a lot of fun, and I really dive into the sports betting landscape of today. I'm breaking down really brand new AI articles and papers that are coming out, research papers, and how they're going to influence the sports betting field in the future. I'm talking about sports betting strategies and a mindset and managing proper bankroll. So all of this is really good, valuable information. You can all find that at my Substack. So make sure to subscribe. Just go to Substack, look up Ariel Calista. You'll see me right there. Lots of fun. So if you really want to become a professional handicapper, my Substack is where it's at. And if you love the Health Corner, the Full Spectrum blog is up and running every day. And if you really love the far infrared, I appreciate everyone writing in, telling me that they're getting far infrared Mother's Day gifts, far infrared gifts for their pets, and seeing like how much it's improving their health. I just love seeing that. I really do. So if you want to learn more about far infrared, I'm writing a whole lot more on the Relax Sauna Substack as well. So managing these 3 Substacks, just give all 3 a follow. If you go to Ariel Calista on Substack, you'll see all 3. I have them recommended and I'm following them. And I'm also following some other wonderful handicappers as well. So make sure to check them out as well. Thank you so much, DJ Ray, for linking that and also dropping my daily report. Stay in touch. Everyone can sign up for free to my free daily emails, the daily report, where I break down and analyze all of the lines for today that look interesting, give you my picks of the day, pictures of me every day, and just so much more. And it's free. It's easy to join. So go there. Go to arielcalista.com. Click on the button that says Stay in Touch. Alrighty, let's get into this next game because it's a 6:35 p.m. Eastern game and it is coming up very fast. I'm sure a lot of you guys are looking forward to this. I know I have a lot of East Coasters here in my audience. It is the Yankees versus the Orioles. Wow, this is interesting. I appreciate your comments about my Substacks, Tech Science. Thank you so much. It is top level stuff, and I encourage everyone who wants to take their handicapping or health or, just improvement of themselves to the next level. Just join them. Please read them. I love the feedback that you guys are giving me on them. I truly do appreciate it. I read all of your comments, and I'd love to hear more from all of you. So seriously, let me know. All right, let's talk about this Yankees-Orioles game. Yeah, I need to get your far infrared story about your wrists and the bracelets and your neck up on the Substack. You have a lot of good far infrared stories. Hello, Super Pro. So nice seeing you. Alrighty. So let's dive into this one game, Yankees versus Orioles. Like I said, this is coming up real fast. We have about 20 minutes to lock in this wager. But you know what? I don't really trust this wager, to be honest, looking at it. The Orioles money line opened up even money, right? And then they moved to minus 115 on the money line. That's where it's sitting at right now. Yet, I just don't trust it. I mean, truly, this is against all of the level 2 money on the Yankees money line. So normally I would say this is looking like this is moving in the right direction for the Orioles money line. It's moving against the Yankees money. So, the majority of the money is on the Yankees. It's level 2 money on my scale of 1 to 5. It's slightly above level 2. Level 1 is the lowest level of significant money. Level 2 is slightly above that. But I just don't trust this right now. I think, the Yankees are very explosive. This does seem a little bit like a gamble here for me right now at this moment. Even though Vegas is moving the line in the right direction, the Yankees have been very explosive, and I don't know. It's a tough call, and I don't really like to gamble. So on this one, I'm just kind of staying away. Yes, definitely. Send me your stories. I'll write them up in my health corner or even add them to my Substack as well. Seriously, I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing how the products and, like all these ways of like naturally healing yourself are working for you and the actual results, I mean, it's truly like in other people, telling other people, like word of mouth. That's the best way. Seriously. So, okay. So I have one more baseball game that I'm going to cover before the 2-minute drill, but I just realized we haven't even had any cannabis yet. You know what I like to do at the beginning of these shows? I like to say, sit back, relax, and get your minds right to win some wagers. Don't worry, guys. I have not forgotten about the cannabis tonight. That is nice. Tonight I am enjoying some Runts. It's a hybrid. It has won many, cannabis titles, but it's because it's so fruity, so flavorful, and truly, like when you taste it, it really does taste completely different than most other strains just because it's so... Hell yeah, DJ. Right? Ripping one for the wagers. It might be a little mild. I think I've been doing a lot of mulberry like extract to help with my throat and coughing, because I cough a lot and sometimes I just don't want to cough a lot, so I've been doing some of that and it's really been helping me. Thanks so much, Super Pro, for the golden cannabis leaves. I love it. But yeah, if you guys cough a lot, try some mulberry. It really works. It tastes nasty, but it really works. All right, now that our minds are right, we've enjoyed our cannabis, our minds are right, let's win some wagers. All right, let's talk about the Nationals versus Phillies game. This is a 6:45 p.m. Eastern game, so this is coming up pretty quickly as well, within the next 30 minutes. So you still have a little bit of time to lock in a wager, but I don't think obviously these game lines are going to move like a little bit more, but I like where everything is sitting at right now. I like this total. It opened up, the under 8 was minus 120 when it first opened, and then it went to under 7.5. Even money, but really no money pushed the initial move. But we've seen this in the past a lot of times. When a total opens up and it's sitting at minus 120, usually it's going to move that extra half. It's very common, you know, but then it kept moving. It went from, now this is when you need to watch the odds, like it went from even money to minus 103, and there was level 4 money, which is a lot of significant money, piling in on the over. So people were coming in, betting over. Yeah, Vegas is adjusting these odds, moving it from even money to minus 103. And then, you know, they moved it to minus 101, but there's level 5 money on the over. So with the level 5 money on the over, I mean, it is looking like a bit of an underplay. Vegas is clearly moving this line against all of the money here. So it's a little more borderline for me, a little bit more of an action play. But I would say in this spot, it is looking like, if you did want to play an action play, it is looking like an under, just because it's moving against all the money. It is. All of the money is coming in on the over, and you know, Vegas sees that money and they're not moving with the money, they're moving against the money now. So that's kind of why I'm leaning towards the under here in this spot. Alrighty guys, time to roll into the 2-minute drill. I know you guys are really gonna like this one today, so I'm just really excited for you. And stick with me because we have more baseball to cover after. I even have a hockey play that I like, the Kentucky Derby. We're gonna be diving into more of that, of course. And any games you would like me to analyze and break down live on air, I'll be around for all of that as well. So time for the 2-minute drill. And if you have any comments, questions, feel free to just throw it in the chat, and you know, I'll either answer you when we're back, or I'll just answer you right here on the chat as the 2-minute drill is playing. But I know you guys are gonna like this one, so enjoy. It is a beautiful spring day and it is baseball season, so let's look at profitable betting strategies. Backed by the numbers, laddering Major League Baseball favorites at the minus 1.5 run line is a data-backed strategy with potential when used with precision. It's built on a simple truth. Most favorites that win don't just squeak by, they win convincingly. Historically, approximately 70 to 72% of favorite victories in Major League Baseball come by 2 or more runs, and 41 to 45% of those wins come by 3 or more runs. Even more compelling, around 21 to 25% of those wins result in blowouts of 4 or more runs. That's huge. This data paints a clear picture. One, the money line might offer safety. Betting beyond it, particularly when you anticipate a dominant performance, can unlock significantly more value. And that is where laddering comes in. Rather than locking in a single minus 1.5 wager, the laddering strategy spreads exposure across multiple run lines, such as minus 1.5, minus 2.5, and minus 3.5. When a favorite rolls in, this approach stacks returns, rewarding bettors who anticipated not just a win, but a convincing one. But this is not a strategy for blind betting. Crucial. Laddering only works when applied selectively in games where underlying factors like strong starting pitching, offensive firepower, bullpen depth, and a mismatch in talent point to a genuine chance for a blowout.
Casual bettors may often overlook key context, but sharp bettors, they know how to read the matchup and skip the games that just don't pass the test. There's still risk, of course. Roughly 28 to 30% of favorite wins are by just one run, a margin that cashes a money line ticket but burns a -1.5 run line bet. That is why disciplined bankroll management is essential. Laddering should complement, not dominate, your betting portfolio. It is a strategy for capitalizing on high confidence edges, not for chasing every chalky line on the board. When executed thoughtfully, laddering favorites transforms the run line into a precision instrument. It's not just about who wins, but how they win and how you can capitalize on it.
I hope you guys enjoyed this 2-minute drill. I love seeing all of your positive comments. I thought you would really like this one. It was a fun one to make. That is the step stool that I'm always talking about. And climbing up that ladder was kind of fun, wasn't it? I'll have to do more like that, definitely. But very interesting, and it just shows like all the benefits of laddering selectively in baseball and how this is a proven strategy. It is backed up by the numbers, but you can't do this all the time. You just have to be careful, find your edges, and make sure that you're going in with a sound strategy. So yes. I definitely had to pull out the step stool for this one. I'm glad you guys liked it. I really am. All right, now that we're talking about laddering and baseball, let's get back into baseball for some winning wagers. Alrighty, so 7:06 coming up tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern game. Right now I am looking at the Royals versus Tampa Bay Rays, and in this game the one thing that I'm seeing some movement on is the under. Now this one didn't really even develop until later, so not really a big move initially, but then I saw this starting to develop, and this is pretty interesting. So it opened up under 8.5, -110. Then the total dropped. It went to under 7.5, even money. The total completely dropped, even though there was level 5 money on the over. So Vegas is taking a pretty strong position against a lot of Joe money on the over right now, but it seems like everyone is just taking the over, everyone across the board. So Vegas is moving this line under. I always say play with the house. That is my strategy, and I'm leaning towards under here. This was a pretty big move, a whole point move under from the initial opening line. So to me, Vegas has the big shining buildings, they have the best data, the best algorithms, the best AI and machine learning models in the world. If they're moving this line under, I like the under, and I'm just, I guess I'm fading the all over money, like all the people that are taking the over. I'm not going to take the over here. So yeah, that's why I like the under. Another play that I'm looking at is the Diamondbacks versus the Mets. This is another 7 o'clock game, so coming right up. In this one, I'm looking at the total as well. So we are looking at a lot of totals tonight, but I know I've been giving you guys a lot of unders. This one, I'm actually looking at the over. It opened up over 8, -110, went to over 8.5, -108. There was level 2 money on the over. Then now there's level 5 money on the over. It's sitting over 8. Over 8.5, over 8.5, -106. with level 5 money on the over. Everyone is betting the over, but there's also a lot of pros betting over here. So, you know, I like when Vegas and the sharps are moving in the same direction. So I like this play a lot. A lot of money on the over, and Vegas is definitely adjusting this line, moving it in the right direction. Opened up over 8, went to over 8.5. Level 5 money on the over. That's the most amount of money, most significant amount of money on the over. So I like this play. A lot of sharps are jumping in on this play, so I like it. I like it. Alrighty. So let's talk a little bit about the Kentucky Derby. I know you guys are really excited for the Kentucky Derby coming up. I also want to say you could see me probably wearing this dress on my YouTube channel as I'm doing my first ever Kentucky Derby little how to make a Kentucky Derby mint julep video and hat. So I'm wearing this little outfit. But I feel like it's very Kentucky Derby-ish. I'm like, wait, do I get my hat? No, I'll get my hat. I'll get my hat on Saturday. That will be perfect. Hat reveal. Hey, Chris. How are you? Thanks for sneaking in for a second. Welcome in. Thanks for joining. We are just talking about the Kentucky Derby. I know. Dang. Yeah, it's just crazy timing, right? Well, there might be an exacta box. I'm definitely looking at a few horses here. I'll be breaking it down, so let's talk about this. So here's what I see the most likely scenario happening at the Kentucky Derby. So I think the horse that's going to win has to be very close to the front this whole race, and to be able to go inside, like weave in and out of horses, especially in the stretch. That's the qualities that I see of the horse that's going to win this race. And I'm guessing, you know, that the number 1 and the number 2 horses are just going to fly out of the gate. They have, you know, a lot of early speed, but just remember, guys, the number 20 horse in the Kentucky Derby is going to be all over the place. And this horse, the number 20 horse, is going to be cutting off other horses, probably weaving from side to side. So I just want to warn you, if you're looking at the 20 horse, there's probably going to be a little bit of chaos, you know, like in that general area around the 20 horse, because he could be bashing into other horses, he could be cutting other horses off. This is just the style of that horse and how that horse runs, and it's very chaotic. So, you know, like there might be some chaos there. Yeah, exactly. To run on the inside or the outside and really do some proper weaving down the stretch. Yeah, I think so. I think the number 20 horse is going to take out a lot of the horses because he will be causing some chaos. This 20 horse is just a little bit wild. And, you know, I mean, I think, you know, hopefully, like, it's not, you know, causing too much damage to the other horses, like, you know, at the 14 post, 15, 16. But, you know, when you start getting to that, like, yeah, even 14 post, I mean, you know, all of that is looking a little shaky because of this number 20 horse. So, yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Chris. So, you know, I'm looking at some of the early speed horses. Number 1, number 2 are early speed horses. Number 4 horse is an early speed horse as well. And I just think the presence of number 20 is going to mess things up for a lot of the horses. But, you know, truly this is favoring inside speed. And let's talk about the favorite right now. Number 8, Journalism. I'm not afraid Journalism is going to get into the mess with a 20 horse. He really is located at a perfect post. Right now the odds are 3-1, but I just don't think that Journalism is as good as he looks on paper. And I just think if Journalism doesn't have a perfect, and I mean like perfect, ride, I think things could get pretty messy for him pretty fast, especially at, you know, like 3-1 odds. I'm gonna stay away from him at this point. I just think things could get very difficult for him. Now, I think the number 1 and the number 2 horses, who I said have a lot of early speed, I think they could cancel each other out here. So, you know, let's look at the next wave of early speed. Number 4 and number 5. Number 4 is Rodriguez. Baffert is the trainer. We've been looking at Rodriguez a lot over these past few Kentucky Derby analyses, but Rodriguez looks like he needs to lead, and the jockey, Mike Smith, this guy has no fear. He is in his 60s, I think, but he is seriously strong and tough and has no fear. And I think that this jockey, Mike Smith, I think he's going to be a little bit riskier than the other jockeys will be. I think he's willing to take risks, just like last year. You know, we saw the jockey Hernandez actually, you know, perform a very, very risky move, but was successful in winning the Kentucky Derby last year. I mean, he pushed his way through. It was a risky ride when Hernandez did it, but, you know, I think truly, like, Mike Smith has that kind of grit, and I think he will be able to, you know, push through there. Yeah, Smith can still ride, and the guy has no fear. Like, he will, you know, take that risky move. He is tough. He has, you know, broken his back and bones and all kinds of crazy stuff, and he is back, and he loves what he does. And I really do think, you know, like, you know, he's motivated. He is extraordinarily motivated, especially when you get to that age and you've been a jockey for so many years. You know, you're really motivated to win a Kentucky Derby. You might be willing to take risks that other jockeys won't take. And, you know, I mean, it is a risky sport. I mean, truthfully, you know, there's a lot of ways you could get injured, and Mike Smith has been injured almost countless times. So yeah, I think he is a great rider for this spot. He's tough. That is true. You know, Hernandez will be riding again this Kentucky Derby as well. So definitely something to keep your eye on as well. Okay, so yeah, Hernandez is actually riding Burnham Square, and that's the number 9 horse right now. So, you know, okay, so, you know, I'm looking at Rodriguez. I think this is looking like a really good horse right now, honestly. I really like Rodriguez, but then I'm looking at, you know, the number 5 horse as well, American Promise. Flores is on number 5 horse. Yeah, American Promise is from Dwayne Lucas's barn. So I think this number 5 horse, American Promise, is going to keep a very good pace with Rodriguez. And I think this could be the exacta potentially right here, you know, Rodriguez and American Promise, 4 or 5, you know, exacta box, because I think this is going to be very close between the number 4 horse, Rodriguez, the number 5 horse, American Promise. You like the number 9 horse, Burnham Square. You know, I definitely think he could potentially be in third place. I really do. He is a good horse. You know, very talented, but I think he might take third place, potentially. But at the same time, you know, I think maybe journalism could take third place, potentially. I do feel way more confident on the 4 and the 5. Yeah. Yeah, we will wait and see. So, yeah, I think third place, potentially, you know, journalism or Burnham Square. At this point, you know, I feel a little bit less confident about who I know will be in third place potentially. You know, but you could kind of like box this all if you wanted to, but um, I like the number 4, number 5 exacta box. That's looking very good. And you know, after going with either potentially journalism or Burnham Square for third place, for fourth place, you know, I would have gone with Sandman, but he's at the number 17 post, so that is a very bad post because of the number 20 horse. So I don't know. It's kind of a long shot. 6-1 odds right now. I don't know. I think it's a little bit of a long shot, but still. All right, Chris. Thanks so much for coming in. I'm glad you were able to stop in and talk about some horse racing with me. Ah, you like the 917. Okay, yeah. I'm only worried about the 20 horse because that 20 horse, I think, you know, might do some damage even up to like the 14th post, which is what makes me a little bit nervous here because, you know, the style this horse runs, like, it's very unpredictable. So, yeah. Well, you know what box I like. The 4-5 exacta box. That is what I like right now for Kentucky Derby. But of course, in my next show, we will be diving even deeper into the Kentucky Derby analysis, really locking in our bets, figuring out what these, I mean, of course, the odds, everything's going to be changing up till the very last second, but, you know, have more of an idea of, you know, what these odds are looking like. So things are changing right now. We'll see what occurs, but that's what I like right now. A 4-5 exacta box. That is Rodriguez, who, you know, I really think, you know, has that early speed, but, you know, is going to be able to get right through these horses, like, down the stretch. And American Promise. You know, I think American Promise and Rodriguez are just going to be neck and neck this whole time. They're going to really be close and, you know, probably just powering each other up here. So that's the exacta box that I like for the Kentucky Derby. But yeah, it still could be, that could be too. 4 over to 5, 8, 9. That could be potential play. So we'll see. Things are still developing, and of course, make sure to come back and check out the show on Saturday morning. I will be live at 11 a.m. Eastern, so make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and please hit the like button if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. It really just helps with everything. And I just love seeing all those thumbs up before the show. It just made my day, so thank you guys so much. Alrighty. So I wanted to just do a quick little cannabis segment. Didn't really have too much like technical stuff to talk about today. I just wanted to show you guys the progress. I told you guys I was planting the seeds. I showed you the little containers, and I want to show you the progress right now. Lagging a little bit, but I think we're good now. Alrighty, so here it is. It's so cute. It's a little baby, and it's just, you can see the leaves. I've been growing it kind of like outdoors, like bringing it out in the morning, giving it a lot of sun. direct sunlight, water. Plants love direct sunlight, or like indirect sunlight. Plants just love sunlight. So these cannabis plants do anyways. But yeah, it's so cute now. So cute. And to think by the end of the season, by like August really, it's gonna be like fully grown and probably producing like a pound of cannabis at least. Or more, you know, really. I mean, full-grown cannabis plants really do look like giant Christmas trees sometimes, so I love it. Thanks for the cannabis leaf. Because it is cannabis time, I am going to take a hit of my weed. And of course, I'm still working on the joints, the joysticks. Sexy weeds, enhanced weed, energy weed, all of that stuff with the smokable herbs. That's all developing. Champ show is coming up in a week and I'm so excited for that. Been a champ show like for years and years and years. And I always love just like seeing what's new in the market, you know, like lots of friends there as well, like lots of the girls who work the booths, like I'm friends with. I see them at all the conventions and it's really cool. It's a fun time. So if you haven't been, I definitely encourage you guys to go one day. You know, whether you're in the cannabis industry or, you know, someone that could get you in, it's definitely a fun experience. And you'll meet a lot of cool people like who are into cannabis, but just very chill, laid back, good vibes. Oh yeah, this is good. This is good. I feel like you'll catch me celebrating the Kentucky Derby, like mint julep in one hand, bong in the other. That would be like my ideal derby celebration. That would be great. Alrighty, let's get back into some of these games. Alrighty, I just want to say the NBA has been totally dead. These lines are not moving. There's nothing to analyze here. Seriously, Vegas is not moving these lines at all. And I always say play with the house, not against it. And it just seems like everything in the NBA is like at that nice equilibrium point. Vegas is not, they're not moving anything. So we're just going to skip over that tonight. And I do have one more baseball play that I'm very excited to bring you and a hockey play as well. So let's dive into it. Now, the Athletics are playing the Rangers at 8 o'clock tonight. So this has been looking pretty good. It opened over 8, minus 105. Then it went to over 8.5, minus 103 on level 4 money. So the money started coming in. The line started moving along with the money. We like to see that. And then the odds kept moving. It moved from minus 103 to minus 115. And there was still level 3 money there. Right now it's sitting at minus 113 at level 5 money. So the money is even stronger on this over right now. And the line has moved in the right direction. You know, Vegas, you know, they did move this to minus 115. I don't think they want a lot of people playing the over here, but I do feel pretty good about the over here. Yeah, I took it at minus 105 earlier, so you could still grab it though at minus 113. I'm glad it did come back a little bit from the minus 115. But yeah, I like the over here. You guys saw I was tracking it in the daily report early on today. And if you haven't signed up for my free daily emails, make sure to do so just by going to arielcalista.com, clicking the stay in touch button. But yeah, I was tracking that earlier today, highlighted it, and you know what? Everything is still going in the right direction. So I still like this play. I still like it. I know my play on the Reds was not like, but you know, you win some, you lose some, you know, and truthfully, having a 40% over a 40% ROI with over a 70% win rate so far this baseball season, the losses validate the wins. I mean, that's, you guys hear me say that all the time. You guys hear me write that. Well, you read me write that. I guess I'm a little high. But you know what I'm saying. But it's true. The losses, you know, they validate the wins. Now, it's time for hockey. There's only really one game that I've been tracking, but of course, Derek, Tyler, if you guys want to throw in your plays, what you like in hockey, I'm going to be breaking down the Panthers versus the Lightning. This is a 7:40 p.m. Eastern game, so coming up in just about an hour from now. And right now, I am looking at this Florida money line. It opened up at plus 105, flipped to minus 106 on mixed money. So a pretty big move on the money line. And this was all on mixed money, so just Vegas moving a line, no significant sharp or gel action to move it, just Vegas adjusting, moving this line from plus 105 to minus 106 on mixed money. And right now it's sitting at minus 105, but I have seen a lot of sharps starting to jump in on this Florida money line. It's really interesting. A lot of sharps are hopping in on the Florida Panthers right now, and I would love to know what you guys think about this play. Thanks so much, Superpro. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are liking these plays. I feel like we have a lot to talk about, and I don't know, I'm excited. I'm excited to talk even more on Saturday as well. So follow, subscribe if you haven't already. Oh, you like the Panthers as well. All right, I like it. I'm feeling even better about this play now. All right. Guys heard it. Derek and I are both on the Panthers. Ooh. You're going to play the reverse puck line. Ooh, that will be interesting. Yeah, game time decision. Just, you know. You've got this. You've got this. Just gotta relax, calm your minds, maybe enjoy a little bit of cannabis, I don't know, and find your edge. But right now I like the money line here, the Panthers money line, so I'm glad we're both on that tonight. Also, I'm so sorry, red-pilled Americans. I didn't even see your comment. Thank you so much for reminding everyone to like and also share this stream. I mean, that's so important. When you guys tell your friends, word of mouth, like that's how this community truly, you know, gets its legs and grows. You know, just by telling someone. It's when it goes from someone, you know, like who you trust and you're talking to and you get a recommendation from them, it just, to me at least, it always means so much more than just like, oh, like I saw this thing on the internet. Look cool. I agree with you. One more rip for winning those wagers. I am definitely liking, I like that we're both on the Panthers tonight. Definitely making me feel even better about this hockey play. So let's win some of these wagers. I have been tracking the under in this Panthers Lightning game as well. It opened up under 5.5 even money. Then it went to minus 110. Then it pulled back a little bit to minus 106 against the level 2 over money. Right now it's sitting under 5.5, minus 105. while there's level 3 money on the over. So pretty interesting. It seems like Vegas might be moving a little bit against a lot of the over money here, but to me, this really hasn't risen to the level of a play yet, so I'm just sticking with the Panthers here. And those are all of my plays for tonight. That is a wrap, everyone. That is right, DJ Ray, dropping my Substack. Thank you so much. You could really dive into so much more over on my Substack. I'm always writing articles every day. I have a community chat. Of course, you could just jump in. I need to keep it a little more active. But I would love to hear from you guys as well. Hear from you what you want to see on my Substack, things that you want to learn about, or things that are just curious. Like, hey, you know, I have some questions here, and I'm happy to create those articles and put that up for you to read. And make sure to follow all of them. I am doing the Full Spectrum blog, the Relaxed Saunas blog, and of course the daily report for all of your sports betting information. But go to the other blogs as well to get your health information, because staying healthy and staying happy allows us to stay sharp and focused and improve our strategies and have our mental clarity. So truly, having your health at the core of all of that is so incredibly important, and a lot of times we do neglect our bodies, and that's when, you know, if your health deteriorates, and then your handicapping is not going to be as sharp or as strong. So of course, I'd love for all of you to sign up for everything, of course, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Please leave a like on this video, and we will be talking more about the Kentucky Derby Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm so excited. I will be wearing a beautiful dress and hat, so can't wait for y'all to see that. Thank you so much for joining this live stream tonight. We are going to win some wagers. Thank you so much, everyone. And I will see you all Saturday. Have a great evening.